everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. She dumped him, dropped him. We're talking about Pipkin Pippa right now, who is a female English language VTuber and founding member of FaZe Connect, debuting as part of its first generation with Ashida Rinko, Iori, Mayumi, Tenma Mayumi, Fujikura Uruka, Chisui Michiru, and Utatane Nasa. So today we're talking about her because recently, just giving you a little bit of background real quick, as quickly as I can, FaZe Connect is the company that she works for. Recently they had an issue with, Jelly. A lot of people had an issue with Jelly. That, on one side of the aisle had an issue with what Jelly had put out, that she didn't want politics in games. I find that as just a regular statement of not wanting politics in games. Well, they came out here and they threw her under the bus by this one sentence. We've all seen this thing again many times. It's basically saying they did internal reviews, the comments were taken down, they apologized for the incident, there was something on insensitive issues and things like that. They have different personalities as a part of it. This part of "we do not tolerate racism, hatred, or bigotry in our communities" would have been fine if it was isolated from the incident, but that made it seem like people thought that FaZe Connect it made FaZe Connect seem like the type of company who is going to throw their people under the bus by saying they're racist, full of hatred or bigotry. And that's the way people understood it. That came right before this happened. About 12 hours before this happened, where Kaminari Clara had been done with the company. Just was like, I'm done with this. According to her, it was done way beforehand, but it was way too coincidental for this to happen soon after Asmongold had done a moment where he was putting too much emphasis on Clara's old stuff. And Asmongold responded to this by saying, "Welcome home," as in, like, you're going to be going to McDonald's. And I am going to show you what the thing that got him in trouble with, got him in trouble with some people. But for the most part, this is what people think is what caused Clara to finally just be like, "I'm done," and FaZe Connect to finally be like, "I am done with everything." It says, wait, the thing that we're getting to is Pipkin Pippa did unfollow her idol Asmongold over this rant that we're talking about, where it was like an 8-minute rant where he showed Clara's face, he showed Clara's actual name that isn't directly tied to Clara, but a lot of people dug this up before, dug her actual face, dug her actual name, dug previous Grab Your Idol stuff that she had done in the past, and he showed it to his group of followers, which he has millions of followers. He showed it to 50,000 people live. I think it was like 30 to 50,000, something like that. And this did seem to irk Pipkin Pippa, because she did unfollow him. Pipkin Pippa being the person that I mentioned before, the VTuber mentioned before. She recently says, "I'm going to do the rest of sponsor obligations, but regular streams will be spotty for a bit." I don't know, man. This is because the situation here, Clara was a good friend of hers. I can't say it's like a really, really good friend of hers, but she did like Clara. And it was she was a co-worker. She still is a co-worker until she graduates on the 28th. They had seemed to be close, seemed to talk to each other quite a bit, and seemed to have a good time together. And here it says, Pippa unfollowed Asmon. Never thought I'd see the day. I wouldn't be surprised if it was management forcing it, seeing they all no longer hands off. Probably considering it wasn't just Pippa, but a lot of people in FaZe Connect did cross-pollinate with Asmon, and they did like Asmon. Thought people were against policing. It's not policing, it's just curiosity. It's not just Pippa who unfollowed him, it's everyone, and I think it's understandable. Well, to be fair, Asmon has said a S-take on the Peanut VTuber situation recently. Very true. Saw a take that said Asmon doxed Clara, which I think is fair, that if she was the reason they unfollowed him due to recent events. Basically, signal boosting the whole Clara situation. Signal boosting the past situations of Clara with her IRL PL. And not directly tied, because that PL was not directly tied to FaZe Connect until people, heard her voice and saw that this was a person that was in FaZe Connect. It is a very odd situation overall. This, I myself had issues with him showing the face, at least. Like, he could have shown the Instagram post, which is fine. Other people have shown that one before. But the face and connecting it to an actual name is something that a lot of people thought was going a little too far. You can cover the news with a little bit more responsibility and he looked it up on actually on stream and looked up all that information on stream, which you could say that's one reason why he was able to, why he showed it. He maybe wouldn't have showed it if he would have had more time, but that's why you take a little bit more time, in my opinion, to do that. But of course, one thing I do want to say as always, he is not responsible for any harassment that comes from it, from his community. His community is, you know, they're adults. Well, I believe most of them are adults. They are responsible for their own actions. He didn't do a call to action. He didn't do anything like that. So people are saying, you know, he doxed her with the intent of malicious harm. I would say no, because that's not what he does. People down here say, y'all are under the assumption that she did so willingly. Had no reason to think she wouldn't when Asmon evidently had no respect for VTuber taboos when he told his fans to attack her company. It's a giant S show. I assume it was only a company associated talents. As an example, Moon Jelly still follows Asmon as she's active on that account. Jelly Hoshiomi isn't following him. Based Asmon, VTuber L. Sad to see Pippa go out like this, but it is what it is. It's company-wide. All the talents that were following him did at around the same time. Obviously, orders came down, almost certainly because of management. A lot of people are saying it's management and not necessarily having to do with her. But I think that even if it was management, I don't think that they would have been pulling teeth by getting her to stop doing that, in my personal opinion, because of what recently happened with Clara. Now we go over here to people mentioning this is in VTuber drama. So I know a lot of going on with FaZe right situation, but I think Asmon FaZe thing is really ironic. Pippa glazes Asmongold in multiple streams, keeping it real, being a genuine content creator. They reacted to themselves overlapping their fan bases. Most likely one of these overlapped fans reacted to Jelly's statement and got ticked that he has made fun of Reddit posts of Clara in the Asmon subreddit. He got pissed that he made, I guess means he got pissed enough that he made the Reddit post of Clara in Asmon subreddit. Asmon reacts to the post and not only S on your colleague but also your organization, stirring old drama to a bigger audience to attack your colleague and an extent the company. After said colleague's graduation, he goes even further by making fun of them and the organization further, pouring more gas on the fire. Members unfollow him on Twitter, causing an even bigger divide by the loud and sane fans. It's a Greek tragedy. On one hand, I feel bad for the normal members like Khyo and Dizzy, everybody means Dizzy Dokuro. But on the other hand, I expected something to happen sooner or later with their reputation. I never thought the leopards would eat my face. With the fans like that, who needs enemies? Asmon can talk about murdering... Yeah. Asmon can talk about game ending blanks and blanks all day, but criticizing a VTuber is simply too far. Pippa probably. These people only care about their little worlds. This sounds like something is going to happen even without Asmongold's help. It's quite tragic. The right-wingers, the pragmatic as they often are, often forget that other right-wingers are not their allies by default. And left-wingers, they should be allies by default, are often tearing each other apart. The world is a comedy. People are just mentioning he did the same thing when Cinder's drama dropped. He had no correlation to the drama, but gave it the face time needed for false narratives to be spread. When the truth surfaces, he doesn't even touch the situation he was wrong about. Typical Asmon fashion. So people are on both sides. They're on both sides in regards to this whole thing. And I fully understand what's going on. It sounds like something that would have happened sooner or later. Unironically, there are lots of people who think that way. They're only capable of viewing others as truly human if they have a personal relationship with that person. I can't say for sure, but that kind of strikes me as what's up with Pippa. She's nice to people when she has a familiarity to categorize them as real, but has trouble extending that circle. So, I mean, Pippa's talked about that stuff before, that she has kind of trust issues because of what's happened in the past and things that people have done to her in the past, things like that, from what I remember. Either way, this is a tough situation. Pippa did unfollow Asmon, as a lot of people did in FaZe Connect. A lot of people are saying that it is directed by the company, but like I said, they probably weren't pulling teeth when it came to the situation of Asmon putting Clara's face out there, Clara's name out there, and reigniting that fire. So whether it's right or wrong, you guys make that decision. I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong that he reignited the fire. I will say that I did not like that he showed her face. He could have showed the accounts, the separate accounts like Instagram or which is private already, and YouTube or whatever you want to call it. But showing her face is, I think it went a little too far. If you guys disagree, let me know in the comments. I'm open to constructive conversation, and of course, I love hearing what you guys have to say. Kaneko Lumi is a VTuber with FaZe Connect. FaZe Connect being the company that recently has had a lot of things. Here you can see Kaneko Lumi here. With the jelly situation was the main situation that has caused a lot of things to happen. We recently have the Clara graduation coming at the heels of this, off the heels of this. It says, where she just didn't want she just said she doesn't want any politics being shown as education. Just the stupid block game being a stupid block game. The Jenny Minecraft tweet that got deleted. I don't see the issue. A lot of people didn't see the issue. A lot of people saw, you know, that the whole block game was like badly done or whatever, what have you. This was from Face Connect official later on, putting out that important notice regarding the whole thing, where they threw her under the bus with this one sentence. They of course said in recent comments made by our talents, including discussion on sensitive issues, the internal thing. They apologize for the issues caused by this. And is to say that Face Connect has different personalities, wide range of unique content, not tolerate racism, hatred, or bigotry in our communities. That threw her under the bus. It got people frustrated. It got people angry. And it also got people looking for, because of course they caved in. Once you cave in to the mob, once you cave into the masses, the people who want cancel culture, the people who want, on both sides, because both sides do cancel culture. I'm just going to say it. Humans love cancel culture. Humans love the whole being able to get someone down, knock someone off of their horse. And also some people have the whole crab mentality of, hey, you're not getting out of here. We're going to knock you back in. In this case, we have someone who goes out and has this little section on Face Connect doesn't tolerate R, yet here we have some other talent saying the N-word, just among a lot of bigotry that the company is famous for. 2 seconds. Oh, this is of course going to have all the context that you need. This is never going to be an out-of-context clip.
Stupid fucking stupid.
She was in this one, if I remember correctly. I can't find the exact clip of it, but if I'm not mistaken, she was talking about in a conversation that was being had. In a conversation that was being had about her whole thing. She was paraphrasing what someone else was saying, from my understanding on the whole situation here. She was paraphrasing what other people were saying about that. She should have, at this time, instead, you know, said stupid effing N-word. People would have known exactly what it is. But it should have been like, oh my god, they used a hard R. That type of thing. She wasn't thinking. She just paraphrased it the way that it was done there. And that was an issue, is that, you know what? Let me see if I can find you the clip of it so you guys can get an idea of what's going on. We have the clip, let's listen in. It is a little low, so I do apologize for that. It is at 100% here, and I did try to give it some gain, so hopefully it's a little bit louder.
I have a master's, okay? It's a very cool master's degree. I have a thought about my master's degree. Let's just say it sounds cooler than it is. It's worthless. Stupid fucking. It sounds cooler than it sounds cool. Usually when I tell people, they go, oh. So I don't like telling people anymore.
So still, having that word is not the best. But they made it sound like she was just being racist. They made it sound like she was actually saying it to somebody. Now, I will agree, I will absolutely agree, that that word should not be said by anybody in polite conversation. I will agree with that. But they are trying to push the narrative here that she is a racist, that she is saying that to somebody, that she is saying that to the black people. And that is, like I said, even though that is something that should not be in polite conversation, it is out of context. It is fully out of context. Still don't agree with her having it in chat, in the thing, in saying it. I agree, because, you know, the connotations that that word has over here in the US. But here we have another, or here alluding to using slurs regularly. Let's take a look at what is going on
You
here.
like gamer words? I use a couple. I use a couple.
What?
Yeah, I use a couple gamer words, not all of the gamer words. I have not said a single gamer word, by the way.
I'm very proud of you, Lumi.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I almost cracked earlier when I was playing Metal Gear, and I said maybe some of the words, but I haven't cracked yet, so pretty good.
What
Pretty
gamer
good.
word?
Oh god.
There's no winning way to answer this, Lumi. The R one? Retard.
I said it a lot though.
Oh.
Am I that yab?
Yeah, you're pretty fucking yab, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah?
While I do agree that those words should not be said, context matters. That's why I try to find a context in relation to that whole thing. Yeah, I try to find it, and I, try to make sure that the context is good, context is key, context is, good there, and making sure that no lost context will be found. While I will say that gamer words are gamer words for a reason, and they're not said in stream for a reason, because usually TOS will block those types of things, I do believe that context really does matter in these situations. Is it said with vitriol? Is it said with anger? Is it said towards someone else? Or is it just like, denigrating yourself? Even then, it's not, like I said, it's just not things that you should ever use. Most of the gamer words out there, you should not use it. Some people do it to try to get, gain power back from the way that they was used in the past, like the R word, the R slur, and that kind of thing. People a lot of times use that to kind of like gain back power from people trying to use it to get them angry or what have you. In this case, we also have other people here. Let's laugh at the industry that never learns anything. Tee. And it says they got a report. You effing losers. LMAO. F you Jelly. F you Lumi. F you Dizzy. F you Pippa. Clara 1. Woke 1. F you Nazi mother effers. But, Clara ended up leaving as well. They took a victory lap, but that victory lap wasn't for very long. And it wasn't very well received. Now here we go. It's something that Pippa said a long time ago. Public apologies are stupid. Only apologize one-on-one to the individuals involved. If there are any. Apologies don't make you magically a good person, and they won't clear your name. You're only stoking the flames. If you actually did something wrong, then try actually doing better. Because here's the thing that'll happen. And I'll just say this is kind of my last words. I'm usually very talkative about these things. But I'll say this as one of my last words. Things that happen is when you do these public apologies, as we saw with FaZe Connect with their most recent public apology here. People will double down. They will go hard on you, trying to make it so that from now on you are their slave to whatever thing they want to do. If you make a act of trying to get better yourself instead of publicly apologizing, then people will be like, well, he's changing or she's changing, they're changing, and they're doing something to get better. Actions speak louder than words. In this case, these words led to the hate mob, the mob who was already waiting for a moment, waiting for a little bit of blood in the water, to now be like, oh yeah, now we can go after you. And they do. And they did. And they started to go after Lumi, and they're going to keep doing that. They're going to do that to Jelly again. They're going to go do that for Panko. They're going to go after Pippa. They're going to go after anybody in FaZe Connect who says anything like that. They're going to want FaZe Connect again to bend the knee and apologize in this way. While this is a corporate apology, this opened up the doors, unfortunately, because as we're seeing now, people are already trying to take advantage of it. AliciaxLife, AliciaxDeath is a female English-speaking VTuber and cancer survivor. She is here, the Rat Queen. She popped out with, you deleted both my channels due to me getting hacked. I just want them restored. This is my livelihood and job. Literally have surgery today. I'm freaking out over this. This was on the 5th, and they have DM'd, and it says, through the process, it says it's currently in review. Please just have someone clear the review. It needs to be done on your end to have my channels back. She was able to get the, everything fixed, the hack fixed, so that it wasn't going through. It is something that I covered before in a previous video. It was through those crypto hackers. It was most likely a second session token hijack. And as you can see here, they go through the process of saying, do the hack feels targeted. When I mentioned my surgery date, it's happening then. I feel so gosh darn terrible. Bright side, surgery went mostly well, not as well as we wanted. Had to stay much longer time in recovery. Trying my best to distress, but it's hard when dealing with this YouTube stuff. I should be more physically fine and start recording again in the next 2 days. I've been moving so much because I'll be laying down recording, but sweet content grind. And she continues to elaborate a little bit on the whole thing. My YouTube account was hacked again. I've been on my PC for the past day. The only accounts that were compromised were the ones where other management members had access. Either way, it's all corrected. I booted off the hackers. Everything should be fine. That's where we found out that, yes, that the hackers had been removed. And, of course, it was as Michael Saylor. It's first people who were supporting Michael Saylor and trying to get the Bitcoin, or at least a coin, promoted. This happened to Ayunda Risu as well from Hololive. So people, of course, are reacting to the whole situation when she put this out here. saying, OMFG, this is awful. I hope they can restore your channel ASAP. Believe there's precedent where they've done it before. Rest easy, Alicia, and try not to stress out too much. So VTubers have been reacting to this. Aru, Zach Black, someone who's had this Twitter account hacked last year, 5 months. Check out hack.com. And then you go here. It's actually how I lost my Twitch account, and I'm still trying to get it back. I was wondering why I didn't get a video from you today. Again, oh God, I can't help you. I hope you get it back. You know, people were just reacting to it. People were reacting even to this post here, where you have Mama Oko says, "Can I make a suggestion for the future? Get a physical security key. They're amazing as long as you don't lose them." It wasn't me that got hacked. It was someone on my team, and since they have access to my YouTube studio, I got hit. I already have my precautions up. So yeah, it is. They do hit you. They do hit you that way a lot of times. And these are her 2 channels, AliciaxLife and AliciaxDeath. They're still 404'd. What usually happens in these cases, from what I understand, is YouTube will pretty much archive your channel. In these situations, they'll archive it once they know it's a hack that happened, and it's not, you know, something that you yourself are doing. They will actually make sure that your channel is at least protected for the meantime, protected in the meantime, and you can get it back eventually, though this one they're taking a long time. Just to show you that everything is kind of good, at least on her end, I'm going to show you one quick last thing with Discord, where again on Discord she puts out something here saying that everything's been cleared, and yes, the channels still aren't up, as I just showed you there. They didn't necessarily delete it, luckily. She is a little bit wrong in that they deleted it, but it is 404, which means that there's no access to them right now. They're kind of like in an archive state. I do hope that they get these things back, and I do hope that she gets her channels back so she can enjoy her her and her community can enjoy her regular streams and her regular content. Mori Calliope, whichever way you want to call her, she is a member of EN on Hololive, Hololive EN Myth, and she recently has popped up with her and announced her new Disasterpiece album with a live stream. Free 3D concert, Disasterpiece album release show to 6/2026, so it's already happened. Don't miss it. Make sure you take a chance to listen to the album. I'll read some comments live towards the end too. Here are some of the people. Toil Zukun Lab is the one who was responsible for the production and direction of 3D Live Disaster Show. They were the ones doing everything, you know, helping them out. This is where her album is available. Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, Rakuten Music, iTunes Store. Let's listen into a little bit of it. I'm not going to be able to show all of it, of course, because the company Hololive does have a agency underneath them that protects their copyright stuff, and even 5 seconds of this type of stuff will get me copyright struck. So we're going to take a look at a little bit of it, a little bit of the bonus tracks and things like that, the full Disaster Show intro, and here we have her singing. Going to show the singing a little bit. I'm going to show it this way. Unfortunately, I have to usually do it this way. So we'll do it a bit where we will have this section this way here. Let me see if I can get it a little bit. There we go. And there we go. Again, for copyright, I had to do this. Oh. He did that. Love it. I love it.
At the Disasterpiece venue, and I'm reading your comments, but there might be a little bit of lag, so sorry about that. Anyway, in the camera though, so I'm trying to make it perfect, but I might have
got a little bit there.
A little bit. You might only get better and better. So
there we go. Very nice 3D. She's showing you the 3D right there. Very nice.
Also buy the album. I'm all bent.
That's her new look. Well, one of the looks for this.
Thank you so much. What did you guys think? And check it out. We got this.
She looks like an actual, like, you know, the figures you would find made for them. It looks amazing. I like it.
But now I'm being goofy. I'm sorry. Botch.
Day, these battles inside and outside have all that I wanted. Why am I still not satisfied? Lost taxis and street signs, the city mirror in my mind.
On around here, and they really knocked it out of the park with this.
They did a really good job.
So much thanks to give to my staff.
They did a really good job.
We have a little credit.
It's a really good job. Let's continue on. That's our pro look there. Looks really nice. It's almost like claymation. Almost like claymation.
I got my headphones on, walk home is long. Cat
Callie's in the back.
Till somehow they're dropping along. Do you know whose song? A melody.
Do more things with my voice, and I can do more things with my voice. It's still a little rough and unpolished, but like that's the point of Disasterpiece in general, right? I'm working towards my masterpiece, and maybe it will take some time.
And that is what I love about the whole thing with Callie, is she is working hard to get to a point where she is, you know, bettering herself every single day. She's trying to get better with her voice. She's taking voice classes, like singing lessons, that type of thing, even though, you know, she's a good rapper and everything like that. She wants to have more range in her voice, and that's why she's doing it. More range in her singing. That's why she's doing it. Amazing. Love it. That's why I wanted to show it to you guys.
I've got you stuck here, between my legs, with no escape.
A lot of people wouldn't complain. I think Chad is not complaining. Chad is kind of happy that they're in this situation. You know how Chad can be. Chad is very, very happy they're in this situation. I'm actually surprised that they're not using that that gif of like the guy looking up all scared. I'm actually surprised they're not using that.
Where are you gonna go now? Nowhere.
Yeah, the Chad is like what?
The
And they're actually happy.
Uh-oh. I'm a bit scared.
Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.